Hi guys, so another video, and this one is quite an obvious one, but it is amazing how often perhaps we don't take this on board. And that is are you taking 100% responsibility? Now, the truth of the matter is there's an awful lot of personal development books that you will read, and there's many of them up on my bookshelves that talk about responsibility. So it's not a new thing, it's an obvious thing really. But there are so many people that don't take that 100% responsibility because, as you know, all of these videos are based on lessons that I've learned in my experience. And responsibility for me was the most obvious yet the hardest one to swallow, because there were certain things that were going on in my life that I had to look at and go, I need to take the responsibility for that. But actually, I didn't think it was my fault. And I think that was one of the biggest mistakes, because responsibility is not about blame. What it's about is that if you have a choice from this moment on and you choose, and you have the responsibility to choose how you want to react and respond to different situations, what would you do differently? And when I thought about that, it started to deal with things in a very, very different thing, because there was an awful lot of things when I was ill that I was blaming other people on. But the truth of the matter is, if I look at it really hard and look at it honestly, is a lot of the issues that I was going through were because either I didn't go and speak to someone who to get the help that I needed. I didn't learn strategies that would help me deal with those situations and those stresses in my life. I refused to talk about any of those issues, so I kept them bottled in, and and I wouldn't sort of speak out about them. So of course they just kind of like festered inside, and because of that, that started that domino effect that took me through my illness. And then when I went through my sort of crucible moment, if you want, and started to look at getting better, I had to look at it and going, well, okay, what is it that I can do right now that's going to move me forward and make me well? And quite often when I speak to people and we talk about, are you taking 100% responsibility? And of course, the answer straight away is yes, I am. I'm taking 100% responsibility for my business, for my life, for my health and everything else. But when you really get down to the nitty gritty, when you really get down to, okay, let's say sales isn't great, and it's, well, what are you doing to boost your sales? Or if your relationship isn't brilliant at the minute, what are you doing to change that? And quite often what you get is well, actually that's so-and-so's responsibility, or well, he or she hasn't spoken to me, so why should I make that first move? And that's responsibility. If you want to change something and have a positive impact of something, i.e. increase your sales, and so-and-so isn't getting out there and doing it, or perhaps they haven't had the right training to do that, then you have to take that responsibility. If your relationships aren't doing great, then you have to have the courage and the strength to go out there and have those conversations. If something is not moving right in your life, then the only person that can make a positive impact to change that is you. That's it. It's not about, well, it's for mum to do this, or for dad to do this, or for my wife or partner or husband or whatever it is to do this. The only person that has the true control of making that positive change is you. And there's this great formula, and I know there's a few guys that have talked about it. I learned it from my mentor, Jack Canfield, and it's this great formula called E plus R equals O. And I talk about it all the time in my workshops and when I'm working with clients. And E stands for event. Now, one of the biggest problems is we all try to control the event, but the event is going to happen anyway. The thing that we need to be able to be more responsible for is how we respond to that event. And of course, we have two different choices. We have positive or negative, beneficial or it's going to hold me back. And how you respond to that event will then determine the outcome of that event. So if you respond to that positively, for example, an awful lot of people throw up and go, oh, well, it's the economy while my business is not doing very good. But how is it that other businesses are? How is it that, because I thought that when I first started this business, and I was in my second year when all of a sudden the bank crash hit and things weren't working. But I was speaking to friends of mine whose business was doing absolutely brilliant still. And what it was my belief. It was my response to that event that kind of went, oh, not, okay, what am I going to do differently? What do I take responsibility for to change that? And it's really important that if you are wanting to make a change in your life, and if you are watching this video, I am pretty confident that you are wanting to make a positive change in your life in some way, shape or form, then what you have to do is you have to look at it and go, what do I need to take more responsibility for? Do you need to make more calls to increase your sales? Do you need to change your strategy to create more content? So for example, one of the things that I need to take responsibility for, and I've done this on a 90-day challenge, which a community that I'm part of have done, is I've dedicated, I guess, is time to put more video content out, because I know that that's my way to reach to more people. And it's something that I need to do in order to fulfill my need in to help more people, but also it makes good business strategy as well. So it's something that I had to do. So my challenges to you is, what one thing could you take more responsibility for today that would make a positive impact to your life? And do it. Go and do it right now. As soon as you watch this video, ask yourself that question and go and do it. Have an amazing day. I wish you the greatest success, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye-bye. Hey guys, thanks very much for watching this video. And if you've really enjoyed it, then please come over to YouTube, subscribe, and we'll keep you updated on when new videos are released. Take care, have an amazing day, and I wish you the greatest success.